such a wreck.
Hey Geekscapists, with Valentine's Day around the corner, we've decided to hook you up. Geekscape has partnered with the video dating app Filter Off to bring you a free and fun video speed dating event on Saturday, February 13th. To take part, all you've got to do is download the Filter Off dating app to your smartphone. Find the Geekscape event and RSVP with the code GeeksLove2. That's TOO, because we do love to. You don't have to wait until Valentine's to use the app either. It's fun and free, and Matt Kelly has already racked up a ton of dates on it, so what have you got to lose? Download Filter Off, and we'll see you on February 13th. Geekscape forever.
Kathleen, I don't like this video thing that we're doing.
Wait, Julia, can you see us?
I can.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm staying on. Look at me.
Wonderful.
Look me in the eyes.
I just I've become like a true homeless person now that I don't go to the office anymore.
Goodness.
I'm a literal creature, so. But it's fine. If you accept it, I'm here for it. So
not only do I accept it, but I am lifting it up. I am the same exact way. I have not worn real pants in probably 10 months. So
real pants are obsolete now.
Yeah.
There's no need. Denim? Never heard of it.
Yeah, no. I don't even know what that is.
Don't know her.
When I put on jeans, I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm like so dramatic. I'm like, get these off of me.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's really yes. But it's all right. This is the new me, and it is what it is. I'm ready. I can face it this way.
Fuck yeah.
Let's get into the episode.
Wait.
Sure.
No, I know it's good, but let's talk. I feel like it's been months. We've got things to talk about. It's a great day to be a wildcat. A great time to be a wildcat.
That is true. Happy 15-year anniversary since High School Musical came out.
There's so many good things. We had the Christmas special. We had these like Instagram after the show little clips. Can't wait to see Ashlyn on one of those. We better. Big Red's losing his mind.
I send them to Kathleen every time I see them. I immediately do.
It's great.
To her. We are fucking hype. Let's go. We need it.
I know.
Yay.
Well, let's talk about first, before we dive into Broad City, of course, but so the Christmas special, I was conned. I was duped. And Julie knew it the whole time. We watched it together, and I thought it was going to be like a full canon episode of you guys like on Christmas break or something. Oh. And when it first started, I was like, I looked at Julie and I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, that must have been very confusing then when we all started just being ourselves.
I mean, I appreciate that too. We loved it.
We loved it. But still, I mean, if that's funny, if you're going into it thinking that we're going to be our characters and then I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Julia Lester. That's so jarring.
Like, we know her.
Yeah. We were gushing over like the footage of you as a child,
so cute.
Like, we were really glad they threw that in. It made it feel really personal.
Me too.
We got drunk while watching it.
Yes.
We rewatched the part where like the clip for the next season preview.
Mm-hmm.
Just back to back, we rewatched it. We were like not breathing. We were like, oh my God, we have to watch that again. Like,
I know.
Are you talking about Something in the Air?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's like truly one of my favorite songs and numbers for the entire series over season 1 and 2. So I'm so excited and happy that it's like out there because, everyone gets to enjoy it as much as I do. So I love that number.
That song is really dope and the choreography is sharp. Like, seriously, it's good. So that was kind of like my little canon piece. I was like, okay, this is from the universe. Like, this is them in character. So are we to believe that's like them over break before season 2 starts? Is that going to be season 2? Can you even tell us this?
Yeah, I mean, it was a season 2 sneak peek, so it will be in season 2 as part of one of the episodes. I don't know if I could say much more than that, but that was a sneak peek into like what season 2 is going to look like.
Yes. Well, because I said to Kathleen, obviously Nene and Ricky are in that, and they come out, and afterwards I was like, oh, no way Nene goes to that school. But now that we're getting the FaceTime little sneak peeks, I'm like, shit, she might be going to that school. So we are dying for season 2. I hope that
me too, you guys.
You're able to get back at it, because we need it. Like last year, it came out like right around the holidays, so it was like perfect. Like I was like every Friday, like in November, watching it, and it just gave me like, even though I guess it actually was like you had like a Thanksgiving episode, so it just put you in like the holiday mood. And this year, like I was like, where are my friends? Like,
I know, I do. I know. I miss the East High Theater kids. Like it's been so long. We always joke around. We call this the longest season in television history, which it's been so long. It's crazy because we are starting to kind of wrap up the season, and it's falling around the same time that we started it. So it's been a full year of actually doing production on it. Yeah, I'm just as ready as you are. Like I haven't seen anything. Like I have not seen a single episode of the season, so I am super antsy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I know.
We're hyped.
We joke about like Stranger Things coming back because now all the kids are so old from the last time we've seen them. So don't feel like you're alone in that sense, because we're not able to catch up on any of our shows, but we're so excited for season 2 to come out.
Oh, it's going to be lit.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm super pumped.
I'm pumped because I binged it all. Like, I think I binged it leading up to the finale, so I got to watch it all at once, and now I'm going to have to wait week to week on Disney+.
But honestly, I think that might be more fun because, like, when we found out that it, like, wasn't going to be a binge-style series, I was a little bit like, oh, that's, like, an interesting – because I usually, like, love a good binge series. Yep. But then when the show came out, it was, like – I don't know. I feel like there's like so much more anticipation, and you get like more excited about the episodes, like having to wait. And it kind of creates more buzz around the series because people have more time to talk about it and let it digest. And so I kind of like how this format is weekly, but I do love a good binge.
I know producer Matt agrees with you there. That's his logic as well.
Oh, yeah.
Producer Matt, come say hi.
Hello.
My thing is that I think the cliffhanger endings hit better when you have to wait a week for resolution than when you can just find the resolution 30 seconds later on the beginning of the next episode.
Period.
All right.
Wait, no. One more thing. I have to say that, like, while we're in the High School Musical, the series realm of things in the universe, I have to say that I scream driver's license 80 times a day.
Me too.
What a bop.
Truly the greatest song ever written. I am obsessed with her. She is taking over the world, and she deserves it, and I love her.
Yes. So I'm happily married, and I sing that song like my heart was just shattered into pieces. And there's this like TikTok trend where like you text the lyrics to like your significant other, or like so I was like doing that to Kenny, and he just wasn't answering, so I like kept doing it. Like I was like, you're probably with that blonde girl.
Oh my God.
And he finally texted me back and was like, what song is that?
That is so funny.
I was like,
great.
I guess it like doesn't work when you're married and have been together 100 years, but I
you're
just
like
wanted to try it.
Yeah, no, that's great. I haven't seen that TikTok trend, but that's so funny.
Oh, oh my God. It's
Olivia has taken over TikTok, social media, everything. I mean, that song is everywhere, and we're here for her, we're hyped for her.
And Lie from Joshua, good for him too.
Amazing.
Love to see it.
It's so incredible having such talented friends. I feel like just so honored to just be in their presence, just like seeing them and knowing how much talent they hold is kind of nuts to me. So yeah, and they're doing amazing, and their songs are so good. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
Love them.
When can we expect the Julia Lester mixtape to drop? That was the big thing.
Oh my goodness.
We will be waiting. No pressure, but we're waiting.
Come on.
I know. I actually kind of get asked that a lot. Like, I don't know. I enjoy music, but I've never been passionate about it in a sense that I want to like have it produced or recorded or put on an album or anything.
Yeah.
I kind of more enjoy it for fun, but I mean, I'm open to it. I don't know what the future holds.
You don't really have to seek out being like produced because you're literally, all of these songs are on Spotify, like from High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Yes, and that's kind of crazy because I never really like pictured my voice being on Spotify or on an album of any kind. So it's really special that it's connected to this job because I don't know if I would, do music if it wasn't part of the show like that. So it's really so cool and such an honor.
I mean, you slay Wondering. We've talked about it a million times, so it's fine. We can just never give you shit for not coming out with your own song because that is enough for us.
Well,
thank you. Thank you so much.
One last thing. I just want to say,
what do you not get about this being timed? Like,
I just like want to hang out. I'm like, want to hang out.
I love this.
I did an Olivia Rodrigo TED Talk for my girl group on FaceTime because I'm quarantined, and I was drunk on Friday. I was drunk by myself and texted the group and said, everyone RSVP to this TED Talk. Not many people showed up, but I really got into it, and then it ended up on you because I was like, because we have that connection with Jordan who co-wrote the song Wondering. So then it ended up in that wormhole, and I was like showing all of this stuff. It was pretty well done. They should have showed up.
Oh my goodness!
Only a few people showed up.
If you went like Instagram Live on that, I would have loved.
Still could.
You could.
I'm going to do it on the My Favorite Episode Instagram.
Yeah.
I feel like there's less fallout on that Instagram. Like, that wasn't me.
Sure.
Okay, now we can do the episode.
Yay!
Okay.
We're here. We made it to this.
Yes, we did.
So, Kathleen has seen the show. I've never seen it, never heard of it. I don't know if I like live under a rock because I didn't realize it was Comedy Central show. And I say this on like, I feel like every episode we record, but I'm like a diehard Office fan. So I'm always watching Comedy Central because they're always playing marathons of The Office. And I'm like, how have I never seen like it's not on currently anymore, right? Or is
no, it's not.
Yeah, I'm like, how have I never seen like a commercial? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
I just close my eyes at commercials?
Yeah,
like,
you've been missing out, honestly. It is truly one of the greatest shows, especially if you love comedy. Like, even I'm somebody who comedy is not my first pick when I'm like looking for things to watch.
Yeah.
And Broad City is just like one of my favorite TV shows, like of all time, even though the genre is not something that I would normally gravitate towards.
I mean, Julie, just for your reference, I mean, Abby and Alana wrote the show. They're the showrunners, so it's like female driven. It's strong all 5 seasons. I think they were picked up from their web series that they had, and then they continued doing like Hack into Broad City, which I would always see pop up on YouTube videos or on Facebook or something.
Mm-hmm.
But Amy Poehler is the one. I think Amy Poehler is a executive producer on it.
Mm-hmm.
It is strong. It is a strong show. Why don't you, Julia, do your 30-second elevator pitch for anyone who hasn't seen the show?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. It's so hard to put into words how amazing it is because it's like, it's one of those shows where you can honestly pick up from any point in any one of the seasons. There's not really a cohesive storyline that you need to follow from, episode 1 to episode 13 or however many they have. But it's 2 girls living in New York City getting into shenanigans that involve, being young, poor, early 20-year-old women in New York City. So it just is like the perfect show. There's so many storylines, there's so many characters. I'm doing a horrible job at pitching the show, but I love it, and that is that on that.
I'm sold. I'm going to rewatch it.
That's exactly how I
Yeah.
would pitch it. I'd be like, I just love it. It's funny. You should watch it. I
So-
don't pitch anything.
So normally I like the concept of not watching a show from start to finish is like against every fiber of my being. But I agree with you, Julia, where like their chemistry is so strong.
Yes.
Julie, I assume you watched this episode and you're like, these two are fucking funny. Like they just love each other. All friendships should be portrayed this way. Like this is what a female friendship should be like. Like
Yes.
how obsessed Alana is with Abby is how like I am with my friends. Like how it really should be.
Yeah.
Me too. That's the best part is like I can look at the stuff that they say and the things that they get into and the mistakes that they make, and I'm like, yo, that is it's so relatable, but also at the same time it's also heightened and obviously silly and making fun of itself. But like when you get down to the core of it, it's about two best friends in, you know, living in really relatable situations. And so yeah, I just love their dynamic.
They're so woke and cool and fun.
The coolest, truly. I want to be their best friend.
So did you watch this show from like when it came out, or was there a specific point where like you picked it up and was like, damn, this show rocks, I'm starting from the beginning and I'm gonna binge this? Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you watched it live.
No, I actually didn't. I didn't start watching. So the series came out in like 2013, 2014-ish, I think, if I'm correct.
Sounds about right.
And yeah, and I didn't start watching it till like 2015, 2016. So by like I guess like end of season 2 is when I started watching it. And I think it was on Hulu by then. Like that's how I access it now when I want to go back and rewatch episodes. But funny enough, the wisdom teeth episode was the very first episode that I watched, which is going back to the fact that you don't really have to watch it in order because it's, you know, each episode is a different storyline basically.
Yep.
So my older sisters were huge fans of the show. And so my sister Lily was always like, you have to watch Broad City, you have to. And I'm annoying and I'm like, don't gravitate towards comedy. So I just like didn't want to, like literally for no other reason except for the fact that I like scary things. But
Me too. Me too, sis.
Yeah, but she was like, okay, if I just show you like one episode, will you sit with me? And I was like, yeah, of course. So she chose the wisdom teeth episode, and that was like, I was hooked. I was like, this is insane how funny this is. And it's also just like their personalities and the writing, and you can tell that it's written by them and they're just like having fun with each other. So from that point on, I was hooked. I watched it like every single day after I came home from school. I was in like 11th or 12th grade when I was like really watching it for the first time. And yeah, it is one of my all-time favorite shows now.
Me too. I think I did exactly the same as you. I started watching live in the middle at some point, two or three. But I agree. Usually, like, specifically for this episode, I think that wisdom teeth comedy is, like, a little overplayed and, like, a little, but not in this episode. Like, they somehow make wisdom teeth comedy, like, fresh and funny. Even the physical comedy of her just gushing blood while doing a Drew Barrymore impression and then thinking she's being mean when she's not is just, happy.
So good. Also, there's some, like, I mean, each episode is just like bit after bit after bit. And this episode specifically has some of my favorite bits, like the cold open when Abby is in art class and the nude model ends up being Alana, or Jaime having a mental breakdown at the frozen yogurt shop. Like some of my favorite moments in this show come from that episode.
It's funny you say that because Matt texted us that you chose this, and this is like an epic episode, but one of my favorite lines in general comes from this episode when Abby's about to go under anesthesia.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
Like I botched the text to him. I was like, I think this line is in it. It is so fucking funny, and it's just like the epitome of her just being like, I'll see you when you wake up, and if you don't wake up, I'll still see you because I'm gonna kill myself. Like, it's so good. That is classic. Julie, for your reference, they're both obsessed with each other, but Alana is obsessed with Abby. Like,
Okay.
just fully like in love with her in the best way. It's amazing.
Yes. You kind of gather that just from this episode in general. Like, there's a lot of things that show. And Kathleen, I actually wrote down that specific quote because that is so you.
I know.
I mean,
I'm obsessive.
It is truly one of the best lines in the whole series. Yeah, and also like Bingo Bronson. Come on,
Classic.
What a classic.
I don't know how I haven't been Abby in this episode for Halloween yet. That's like easy and
that
classic.
Makeup?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. That is really funny.
It's so easy. I might do that. Clock this.
Yeah.
Remind me in October.
I love that. I was Abby and Alana. I mean, I wasn't both of them, but I did do Abby and Alana. I did do Abby and Alana, though, with my best friend from high school. Her name is Sam. She was my Abby, and I was her Alana. And I did, like, a classic, like, mesh crop top, shorts, combat boots look. And she got one of those shirts that says cleaner from when Abby worked at the fitness place. Yeah. It was a good Halloween.
I also just like, as much as they are a shit show, it makes me wish I lived in Brooklyn.
You know, I love LA. I am forever an LA baby. My family has moved to New York, and I'm still like, I'll fly out to see you because I love LA and I'm never leaving. But they make me want to live in New York so badly.
Yeah.
Just the antics.
Oh, yeah. So good. So good.
Let's jump in. So this episode really is Abby's getting her wisdom teeth out, and then literally that's it. Like, antics ensue. But let's talk about the cold open first, because Alana doing the different poses naked, like, I wish I had that, like, body image for myself where she just doesn't give a fuck.
Yep.
Like, the pretzel, the legs, like, that is psychotic and amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Her faces.
Can you imagine, like, being, like, your best friend showing up to your art class? Like, I would be in tears. Like, I don't even think I could be mad. Like, I would be asked to leave, I think.
Yeah, I would not. I would be uncontrollably laughing. Especially when she turns around with that, like, face with her, like, teeth out. Yeah. So good.
Yeah. Well, Julie, that kind of shows, like, their friendship because they're really tight, but Abby still has this, like, awkwardness just in general, like a base layer of awkwardness where that would make her feel uncomfortable even though they're so close. Like, it's nothing Abby hasn't seen of Alana. Alana's naked, like, every single episode, but it's just funny because that is their friendship and dynamic to a T.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jewel, I'm sure you got this, but Hannibal Buress, who plays Lincoln, is her boyfriend throughout the series, and I love him.
Yeah.
He delivers some of his best lines in that episode too. He is so funny. When oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember now. When he's like, when Abby first wakes up and he's like, so Abby, I pulled all your teeth out. And Alana's like, what? You did? And he goes, no, you were here the whole time. You literally saw everything. Like, his delivery is so good. I mean, Lincoln just as a character is truly, like, one of the most, in my opinion, one of the best, like, characters ever created on television. He's so weird, but somehow has his entire life together. I don't know. I'm obsessed with him.
Do they say his name at all in this episode?
Lincoln, yeah.
Well, you guys said it. I know.
No. They say Lincoln a few times.
Because I was like, when I'm trying to do better, Kathleen, at, like, writing down names, I'm always like, this person, and I'm like, what is his name? I didn't gather his name, but
let me see the receipts that you're doing better. Let me see the notes.
Look, I am doing better.
That's nothing. Me and Julia do not believe you.
Look, it says Alana / Lonnie, curly haired.
Mommy Lonnie,
straight bangs.
Mommy
like,
Lonnie.
I'm learning. I'm teaching myself these things, but
you got to start somewhere. So props to you.
She's just she's a rough teacher. She's always like just coming at me.
Me?
I'm trying. Yeah.
What? No.
But before she gets her teeth taken out, and Lincoln's like, I'm gonna get these teeth taken out for my people.
Alana goes, I don't do anything for my people.
Yep, exactly.
That's a good bit. There's a lot of good physical comedy in this too that normally I don't gravitate towards, but Abby falling out of the chair, her bleeding out of her mouth, I'm like, this is perfect.
I know. When I was rewatching the episode and she falls out of the chair, it looks kind of like a blooper. Obviously, they're such amazing actors that it probably wasn't. But honestly, it looks so much like a blooper, and they're laughing, and
Yeah.
Everything. I love it when things look like bloopers that they ended up keeping in the real show. So I don't know if that is an actual blooper or not, but part made me laugh so hard.
I agree. It looks like they broke. Like their faces looked like they were breaking, and it wasn't like a planned laugh. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Even if like the falling wasn't a blooper, their laughs definitely sound like it, and I love it.
Let's like talk about the different storylines that we have going on.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, now I'm nervous. I thought someone else was going to take the floor. God damn it.
No. Okay, so next we get the line from Lincoln that she's got to take 2 Vicodin every 4 hours, which is like a setup that you know it's going to go terribly wrong.
Yeah, of course.
First, getting her wisdom teeth out lends to an amazing Drew Barrymore impression. Like, she really does nail it.
I know.
Yeah.
Does she? I'm trying to remember if she does it. She must have to do it again at some point throughout the series, but it just makes it like 100 times better that she's got little puffy cheeks and she's like mouth acting so hard.
The stuff she's saying looks like she's just like reading a Wikipedia, but she's acting like she's bashing her. She's like, my father's company is named. Like, it's dumb.
Yeah.
But Alana just like hyping her up, like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. And then the weed transaction.
So good.
Chef's kiss. Jewel, this show is like drug city, as you can tell by when she makes this like stregonona whatever she makes later. You can tell it's like, but that's like, there's a great episode where they do ecstasy. I want to say it's ecstasy.
Oh no, they do shrooms.
Is that the animated like?
Yes, that's also one of my favorite episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
We like drugs on this show. That is not me. If my work is listening to this, not me.
Drug tester.
Listen, it makes for great storylines. So
it really does. It's good stuff. This show isn't a staple on everybody's list. Like I know a few people that have seen it, but it's really not one that across the board all my friends have seen, and it blows my mind because it's so relatable, especially for us in our 20s.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh my God, the part where they're just like in little tiny nurses outfits over their normal clothes. Like, just what a detail. So good.
Jaime's voice is angelic to me. He's such a baby angel. I love him.
He is. When he's like stressing over the flavors and then stressing over what toppings to get on the yogurt, I'm just like, oh, you just need a hug and some guidance.
A lot of places are overwhelming.
Oh.
They are so overwhelming because it's like
100%.
Do I want sour worms or do I want to like go like a whole nother route and do like a cookie crumble? Like some things just don't mix. Do I go healthy and put some berries on there?
That's what Broad City does so well is they take this bit where it's like, oh, this place is like a little overwhelming, and they're like, let's make a B plot out of it. Let's just send a Jaime over there to get overwhelmed and puke all over the floor and have to get like
so good
escorted out of the building. They do that so well. I mean, that's most comedy. You have to like pick at little ordinary things and just blow them up.
Yep.
But I mean, that like reminds me of that episode. Ooh, I do not know which season it's in, but Alana babysits for that super rich kid, and they go to like Plato's Closet or something, or like a Plato's Closet like equivalent, and the cashier, who's played by, I think her name is Kamiko Glenn, she's from Orange is the New Black, she's just like so rotten and horrible and rude to them, and it's such a play on like how, you know, those people who like, you know, when you go and sell or buy secondhand vintage clothing, they're so picky and like rude kind of, and don't like, you know, give you enough money for your stuff. They just know like such tiny little nuances about life, and they like capitalize on them and make them into such great storylines. And the frozen yogurt one is such a good example of that.
Yeah, Jaime's not, for Julie's reference, is not in every episode, but he's like a big recurring character. He's the best friend. Lincoln isn't in every episode either. Those are the two like best friend, boyfriend type characters in the show. But yeah, so now we're at the house. First of all, Julie might want me to cut this, but this Abby's like dying on the couch is Julie at her bachelorette party.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I'm watching this and I'm like, this is me and Julie in her bed at her bachelorette party.
It's so true. You don't have to cut it. Kathleen was the only person that made me feel okay. She like kept wanting to join the party, and I was like, no.
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh.
For the record, Julie was like, I love Julie's friends, but I don't know them very well, so I was more than happy to lay in bed with a
Sure.
fucked up.
Did you braid her hair and do her makeup?
No, but I should have.
No, but I was gonna say she was like letting me lay on her shoulder and was just like petting my head, and it was like the most comforting. It was the most beautiful moment we've ever
What
had
a good
together.
friend. What if
I
everyone needs a Kathleen?
Like chugging White Claws like this. So
We needed driver's license at that point.
Oh my god.
I still need it. I need it now. I need it tomorrow.
I need
I need it every day.
Forever. Yes.
I take a breakup song. Like you said, even at your happiest, I'll take a breakup song.
100%. I've been listening to that more than the Mamma Mia soundtrack, which is insane.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
That's insane.
No, I'm fully prepared for my 2021 Spotify Wrapped to be all Olivia Rodrigo, pending hopefully that she releases more music at some point because I am itching for more Olivia Rodrigo. But once my Spotify Wrapped comes out, it's literally going to be all her, and I'm not embarrassed or ashamed. So
no, we're all about supporting girls, supporting friends, best friends.
100%.
We'll get back to the episode, but you just reminded me of, so we were like sending each other our like 2021, like our 2020 wrap ups, and I don't have Spotify, I have Apple Music. So like mine was like a little different, but my top songs were all High School Musical, the musical songs.
Hey!
It was like number one was All I Want, and then number two was Wondering. I was like,
My goodness.
I'm like, you guys tell him to stand. Like that's all I listen to.
Appreciate that. How amazing.
I think my top High School Musical on the list was Born to Be Brave. I bopped to that,
So
man.
good.
Oh, that's my favorite song. I've talked about this in, like when people have asked us, like, what's your favorite High School Musical and musical series song? That one is truly my number one. I love a good, like, girl power.
Oh, yeah.
Dance bop. That's my number one also. I'm with you on that. Not even just our show, but just in general. I love a good ensemble number, like in theater, in, musical movies, in anything. Like, I'm a sucker for ensemble pieces. So, yeah, I'm glad that Something in the Air is out there because it's one of my faves. It also, like, pays such nice respect to High School Musical 2 because High School Musical 2 opens with that, I think it's called What Time Is It? Oh my god, that's so embarrassing that I don't know the title. But when they're going through the hallways at East High, and I love how Something in the Air is kind of a little bit of like a little taste of that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I'm a rookie when it comes to 2 and 3. Julie claims that we watched them together at my house, and I obviously had seen them, but I don't really remember 2 and 3. Cut this out. I'm supposed to be.
Stop, because it was like the most iconic night of our lives at this time. Like it was High School Musical 2 came out, and then the Jonas Brothers episode of Hannah Montana followed it.
Ooh, that is a good night.
Oh wow!
So like we got lit that night. we were hyped, and so Miley Cyrus is like in the end of High School Musical 2. And we are Miley Cyrus stans.
Okay, why isn't this ringing a bell at all?
I don't know, and it's pissing me off. Well, now that we have Disney Plus, we can have a night where we watch High School Musical 2 and then watch the Jonas Brothers episode.
Bottle of wine to the face.
Oh,
High School Musical 2.
Amazing.
Back to Broad City. How did we get here? I know.
Oh man.
Yeah, so now this is where the classic mix-up is. Alana gives her the 2 Vicodins, then she goes to do something. Jaime gives it first. He goes to do something, then Alana does it, and Abby's like, wow, it's been 4 hours already, and she's like, oh, you're so fucked up. Like, it's just tragedy. And then, like a crazy person, when Abby says she doesn't feel good, Alana just brews her up this insane, like, weed milkshake.
Yeah, she calls it the firecracker smoothie. I would have honestly preferred the graham crackers with the melted chocolate over having it in smoothie form.
I was thinking of the science of it. Like, because don't you have to... You can cut this out.
No, keep it.
But don't you have to, like, heat up the wheat? Like, if you're going to bake it in food, it's like the...
Yeah, you have to get the oils.
What am I, a chemist?
You have to get the oils out.
Yes.
Alana clearly is, because she messed her up, like, hardcore.
Yeah, like a Heisenberg montage of her fucking mixing up this diabolical smoothie.
Yeah.
One or the other. You don't need two. You don't need to be fucked up on Vicodin and then be like, oh, I don't feel good. Let me just like smoke weed, like eat all the. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, no.
I hate the feeling. Like I can like feel how Abby feels in this, and it makes me ill because I've been there, and I hate that.
Yep.
I mean, she is just mega hallucinating. The montage of her like running through the city, like drinking the Yoo-hoo chocolate milk, skipping along the sidewalk, especially the fact that she doesn't have shoes on and it looks like she's wearing like psych ward socks is just so good. She was messed up.
With the crazy makeup and the braids. Like, it's just,
oh my gosh. Yeah, and the fact that they end up at Whole Foods, so good.
Like, oh man, the city's changing.
Yeah, literally.
I can't go to a Whole Foods without thinking of this episode.
Me too.
Yeah.
Every time I hear the word Manuka honey, I'm just like, Bingo Bronson, where you at?
There's this new podcast with Kate Berlant and Jacqueline Novak called Poog. So good, Julia. You gotta listen to it. It's fucking phenomenal.
Amazing.
But Kate Berlant goes on this bit about how she used to steal Manuka honey from stores because it's too expensive, and she thought they owed it to her. But it's a hilarious bit. But when she said that, I'm like, where have I heard that before? And then when I watch this episode, I'm like, that's it.
Yep. And then
Also,
she, like,
the Manuka honey that she throws is not the Manuka honey that is on the ground. Just for
I clocked that too.
Yeah.
The honey in the jar that she allegedly threw is like a dark, like thick, bigger jar.
Yeah,
of
like
honey. Yeah, and then they show it on the ground and it's like this light, like golden caramel color. I'm like, continuity.
It's almost as if the Manuka honey was actually too expensive for them to break, like budget wise. They're like, funny. No, we gotta do the regular honey. It didn't even look like honey, but either way, it's fucking funny.
That's funny. Oh my god, when she goes to the granola dispenser and just like keeps letting it pour out. Like I have wanted to do that at a grocery store before. Those things are so tempting. I just want to like pull them down and then just like let all the stuff fall out. It's so lame. No, but that part was so funny. And then she knocks over the cereal boxes. My goodness.
I feel like I don't see those that much anymore. Like when I was a kid, I was like savage as shit with those things. When they were filled with candy, I was like sticking my hand in there and just
That's why they're not around anymore, because kids were sticking their hands in them.
But truly, like I'd be like, can we get like a bag of these? And my mom would be like, no. And I'd be like, okay.
You get some
in my hand. Goodbye. Like, but you don't see them anymore. Never mind. I was going to say I probably still do it as an adult, but I shouldn't say that on the record.
Can either of you do your best Bingo Bronson impersonation?
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, Julia.
Julia's an actress, so let her do it.
Oh goodness, this is gonna be horrible. I'm trying to let's go to Whole Foods, Abby.
Oh my god. It's like you played the episode.
This is where I reveal to you that I was inside of the Bingo Bronson costume. I am from the episode.
Holy shit.
That was your first gig. They put you in that costume and they were like,
yeah, I was probably like 14 at the time when the episode came out, so
you heard it here first. That's fantastic. Oh, this is such a good episode. Wait, there's a few lines that we have to go through, so I have it written down. When they're still at the house, and I guess like Alana's just talking to a fucked up Abby, and she says, would you rather lick a dead man's penis or have sex with the same person for the rest of your life? Which is classic because they just think monogamy is like lame, and they say penis, and then they say ice cream for 5 hours straight or shoot someone in the knee.
And then they say shoot someone in the knee.
Yeah. And then like we didn't even talk about the Jeremy stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Her in the hallway with the phone. Genius work. Like, yeah. So good. They really
encapsulate their full personalities in this episode. You get fully Abby's like that for 5 seasons straight. She doesn't ever get any less awkward.
Yeah.
Like, she really doesn't. It's perfect. And Jeremy has an infamous episode.
Oh my god, I just remembered what happens.
Yeah. Where there's some pegging involved. It's good stuff. It's fucking funny. But they do end up hooking up. which is funny because you would think that Jeremy would just be like, who the fuck is this chick? Because I'll tell you, a 23-minute fucked up voice, not even a sober voicemail, let alone a blacked out fucked up voicemail, death. My own personal hell.
I would have the scaries for the rest of my life.
Rest of my life.
I would not be able to recover from that, no.
No. I would not be able to, like, go out in public, even if it was just sent to one person. That was, like, horrible, but I'm glad it worked out for her. That's what she wanted, and she's still so awkward, and I think that he finds it endearing, and that's so sweet.
Yeah.
At the end where she's like pretending to be on the phone again, and then she starts just like copying him, like she's like, Abby, listen. I was like,
Did you stick around long enough to see the tag at the end? They always do like a funny scene to close it off, and then they have like their production logos pop up, and then there's always like an extra little clip at the end. Did you happen to see that?
No, I didn't see that.
It's fine. It cuts back to Abby in the hallway, and she's dancing, and she goes right up to Jeremy's door, and he opens it, and she's like, just checking to make sure this fire extinguisher is attached to the wall, and it's good to go. Okay, bye.
What is her roommate's name? Bevers?
Yeah.
He's a character we don't get that's really, I mean, it's a Matt Kelly favorite, which is insane. Can Matt hear me?
Yeah.
Matt loves Bevers, and I'm like, how do you love Bevers? I mean, he is funny, but let's hear.
So the thing with Bevers is, like, one of my all-time favorite rappers is MC Chris, who's he was like one of the creators of like half of the Adult Swim original cartoons.
Oh, okay.
And on every one of his albums, the actor who plays Bevers plays his manager. He's the worst manager on the planet. Like, he's just,
oh my goodness.
Like, my favorite line that he's ever had on any of those albums is MC Chris is like, "Hey, you heard the new album? How'd you like it?" He goes, "It's great. I hated it."
That actually sounds like him. That's not a bad impression.
I know, that was really good.
He was like the only actor who I knew from like multiple other things besides Hannibal. So like I immediately clung to like, oh, there's John. John's here.
Sure. I mean, he's hilarious. Like, him as an actor is clearly genius, because I cannot stand Bevers for the life of me, and that's his job, and so clearly he is just killing the game.
It's worth it all for the episode where it flashes back to the first time she meets Bevers, and he's like completely cut, but it's still the actor's face on the model's body.
Oh my gosh.
And he like offers to pay for food, and she's like, "No, you're a guest in this house. You don't have to pay for anything." He's like, "Are you sure about that?"
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. That's
Me too.
So good.
I called him her roommate, and he's absolutely not. He is Abby's roommate's boyfriend, who you never see the roommate ever. You only see Bevers, which is a funny bit too.
Yeah, so good. So good.
This is an incredible pick. This is a good one.
There was one quote that I wrote down that we didn't talk about, is when Alana and Lincoln are like FaceTime sexting almost, I guess. And she goes, "You want to show me your LL Cool J, your Lincoln log?"
Oh, yeah.
That whole bit is really funny, like her drawing the face from like her belly and her tits, and then just like the whole like interaction between the two, and Lincoln just loving it, even though she's being so absurd.
That's I love that about Alana so much. She's so, like, I love that her because I think, you know, everybody has different interpretations of what's sexy, and her interpretation of being sexy is being silly and funny and relatable, and it's like, that part is so great when she's like, I have a face on my stomach.
She's like, "Who is it? No, really, who is it?" Like, what? Oh my god! Like, you're gonna be an old person with a lot of boners, like not in a creepy way.
Yeah.
This was a fire episode. I'm glad you chose it.
Hey, I'm so glad that you guys wanted to talk about it, because this show is so good, and it's actually a show that I am still watching to this day. We're actually slowly making our way through all is it 5 seasons?
Yeah,
5 seasons. We're slowly making our way through all 5 seasons. We, as in me and the castmates that are here, we've been like slowly making our way since like around the summertime, I think. And it's just like the best show to watch when you're just like chilling. But yeah, it's funny every single time. The bits never get old, so it's just genius.
and it wraps up in a really satisfying way. Season 5 had me crying multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Like, there are some Abby and Alana moments where I was like, and that Alana Lincoln dinner in season 5 is fucking gut-wrenching.
I mean, their relationship for all of the 5 seasons is so, I don't want to say complicated. It's so like multifaceted, but it like makes sense to them, but it still can be messy at times, but still like they love each other so much. And so that scene and getting kind of like a culmination of what we've been watching for 5 seasons is just like so wonderful, because I truly like love that relationship so much.
Well said. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Hey.
My best friend, Kevin, lived in Brooklyn, so the last time he moved to Midtown, but when I was there, we went to the Brooklyn Bridge. I've never been. So when in the finale or the penultimate, when Abby and Alana write their names on the Brooklyn Bridge, I made him find it with me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it took a long time and it was like pretty worn down, but I have a picture. Like, it was, what we did was like found the picture, saw what was in the background, tried to find like graffiti that we could like find easily. It was tough, but we found it. It was good.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if, you know that episode where they like show how they met and they like write their names in wet concrete with their handprints?
Oh yeah, that was a good episode.
I wonder if that was real or not. If that was just like a fake wet cement slab for them to do that, or if it's actually there, because that would be so cool to go see.
I will seek it out.
And you let me know.
He's on it.
Detective Lee, and I'm on it.
Speaking of wisdom teeth, there's always a Facebook memory that comes up on my, like, on this day, and it was when I got my wisdom teeth out, and I borrowed Kathleen's yellow zip up, and she wrote on my wall and was like, if you don't give me my yellow zip up bag, I will personally shove my fingers in your wisdom teeth holes.
Oh my gosh.
That doesn't sound like me at all.
That is fantastic. That is, and funny enough, my sister literally just got her wisdom teeth appointment date today. So she's going to be getting her teeth pulled out of her head in like a week.
God bless her. I hated that. Like, most people recovered within like a day or two. It took me a week.
Now, I don't really remember much pain. I mean, I was on medication, so obviously I don't remember pain. But I just, like, my face was a literal cube for, I think, like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, truly, I looked like a Pixar character. My face was a square. That was the worst part for me. The swelling on me was just so intense.
Yeah, mine was a square too. Like, a lot of people just get like the puffy cheeks. Mine was like an actual square. Like, I would try to smile and be like, I am a blockhead.
Yeah.
Like, it's brutal.
I can relate.
Glad I got them out young. But I'm also kind of mad that like I missed. So I got them out when I was going into my senior year of high school. So like the whole videotaping people coming out of their like high was not a thing. And I wish it was, because my mom said I was like, screaming at her in like the room where I was recovering, being like, you have 4 eyes, like just like, losing my shit. And I'm like, that was so funny to like have on video. So that kind of sucks, but
I know. I was kind of, I don't know if this sounds bad, but I was kind of disappointed that I didn't wake up loopy.
You did?
Like, I woke up so normal, almost to the point where I was like kind of bummed out that I didn't get a second of like giggling or crying uncontrollably or anything. I truly like, I FaceTimed my best friend right after it happened, and I was like, I just got my wisdom teeth out. I can do anything. Like, I'm so fine right now. I don't actually think I've ever like said this before, like, or talked about this before, but we did like a couple re-records for part of Wondering around the time that I got my wisdom teeth out, and I re-recorded some of those lines about like 4 days after I got my teeth pulled out. So some of Wondering was me singing with a fully swollen face in a recording studio, and I just think that it's so funny because I was like holding my jaw while I was singing, because you like can't like open your mouth like wide.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That song came out of your mouth after you got your wisdom teeth taken out?
It did. At least some of the lines did. So it's just funny. I don't remember what they are specifically, but it's just funny remembering how part of that song was sung by me with a cube head.
Oh my god, that's a great like fact that we know now.
That is
If I sang
talent on this
now,
girl.
if I sang now and sounded bad, I'd be like, oh, wisdom teeth.
Yeah, from getting your wisdom teeth out, like.
And you sound like a pure angel. We're gonna try to find the actual
Thanks.
lines. I'm gonna tell which one is the cubed face.
I
wish I remembered.
I was gonna say I wish I was at my parents' house because I have my wisdom teeth and they're monsters.
No way. Oh
And
my
it's
god,
like-
you kept them?
I said, can you give them to me? And then, so they gave them to me, and I only have 3 because I gave one to my friend.
What?
Yeah. I can send you one, Julia, if you...
Yeah, sure. Did she ask for it, or you just voluntarily were like,
It was like...
here's one of my teeth?
I'm trying to remember if it was part of like a birthday gift or if I just randomly was like, I bestow this on you.
Oh my goodness.
can't.
Free me for murder.
Dang, if I received my friend's teeth as a birthday present, I would just be over the moon. So,
I mean,
You know.
same. So,
yeah. So that was pretty good. That's a
Thank
true
you.
mark of how much you care about your friends. You give them parts of your body.
We should we should get the address to when you're shooting and just like send you an anonymous like envelope with teeth. And then you
I
can
just,
just like mess with the
open
cast and be like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Oh my god.
but it'll be like our
would
little
be-
inside joke. It's Kathleen's wisdom teeth.
That would be so funny. Okay, April 1st, I'm expecting to see your teeth in the
Yes.
mail.
I mean, be careful what you wish for. I will send you my teeth. I might get you a fresh one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did not keep my teeth, but I remember them showing it to me, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm done
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's a pro tip. You got to ask. It's a pro tip.
Right.
Tell your
Okay.
sister to ask for them.
Oh, I will.
You can
Okay, I'll
trade.
text her right after. Yep.
We can trade.
You can trade.
Like
Make necklaces.
The puka shell
Oh my
necklaces are
goodness.
out and wisdom teeth are in.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
it's so good. There's a whole
out.
untapped market for that.
All right, we're about to start an Etsy shop. If anybody wants to buy teeth necklaces, hit us
They
up.
do.
Yes.
They do. I'd be all
Oh,
over
that
that
really
Etsy
does.
shop.
Wow.
This sounds like about that time. I'm having so much fun.
Closing
Man.
time.
Julia, thank you for coming on. We're so excited for the second season of High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Oh, thank you
So
so much
hyped.
for having me back. I love chatting with you guys, and I'm so excited for you to see it. It's going to be so exciting and new and fresh, and yeah, just thanks for being so supportive of it. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
We love
of
it.
course. We are literal stands and we
Stans.
are hyped that you give us
thanks.
any sort of attention. So
Thank you. That's so kind.
thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
And we're so excited, like Kathleen said, for season 2, and maybe we can have you back when we're finished with season 2, just to be like mind blown. We ate buffalo
would-
chicken cheesesteaks the whole time we watched this.
I would
job.
love that.
We
I
get
would
buffalo
love
chicken
that.
cheesesteaks and we binge stuff together, and it's
That's what we do.
it's beautiful. And we
Man,
drink
what a
wine.
beautiful friendship. What a
Thank
beautiful
you.
friendship. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah, we're going to be rooting for Ashlyn big time. Ashlyn and Big
Hey.
Red.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. I'm so excited for you to see it.
Yes, of course. Thank you again
Yeah.
for coming on, and good luck with I almost said with recording. That's not what
Godspeed with
Filming.
recording.
it's
All
filming.
the same.
We hope you
all
can
the
get
same.
back to it soon because we're ready. We're
I
ready.
think they're
for it.
doing it. Aren't you
Oh,
doing
yes.
it? Aren't you recording?
We are filming
Recording.
now. Yes. Yes.
Oh, you're filming now. Oh my god. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
They're almost
Mhm.
done.
So we are. So hopefully season 2 will be out sooner rather than later. And yeah, thank you so much for having me again. I had such a blast.
Of
You're the
course.
best.
You can come back anytime. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, guys. So good to see you.
See ya.
This has been My Favorite Episode Of. My Favorite Episode Of is produced by Matt Kelly as part of the Geekscape Network and hosted by Julie and Kathleen. Check out our show notes for all of our socials and email us at myfavoriteepisodepodcast@gmail.com. Rate, review, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting apps, and we'll be back next week with another episode of My Favorite Episode Of.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Fafalius, and I'm the producer of Krista Makes a Podcast and the host of the One Hit Thunder podcast.
And I'm Matt Kelly, host of Horror Movie Night and the producer / the head of content for the Geekscape Podcasting Network.
Between the two of us, we have, believe it or not, 25 years of podcasting experience, and we want to help you start your own podcast.
We know podcasting, and we want to share that knowledge with you.
So whether you're new to podcasting or you want some feedback on your currently active podcast, we want to help.
Or perhaps you're just overwhelmed with all of the editing work. Well, we can help you with that also.
You can contact us at info@weknowpodcasting.com for more information.
We're excited to help your podcasting dreams become a reality.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network. You're listening to the Geekscape Network.